Welcome to my madness once again, ladies and gentlemen. Today we're going to be taking a look at these DCeased and Unkillables figures from DC Direct. I mean, these are basically the same thing as the DC Collectibles Essentials line. You know, they're 7-inch figures. In fact, the molds are the same that you get with those line, but these are marked DC Direct. So as you can see here, I've got Supergirl, Superman, The Flash, Deathstroke, Red Hood, and Nightwing from this line. I'll go into price at the end of the video, but I got these on sale at GameStop before Christmas and just now getting around to opening them up. So we're going to talk about them. So I am going to crack all these guys open and we're going to take a look at them and see what we think. Alright, so we got them all out of the package here, and I mean, look, this is a cool line. I mean, I like DC, that's point number one for this. I love zombies, point number two. And number three, I really like the DC Collectibles Essentials line, which is basically what these figures are, okay? I mean, if you look at the sculpts, everything, it's identical. They've changed out some head sculpts and some hand sculpts and added some blood splatter. I mean, that's essentially all we're dealing with here. These are essentially DC Collectibles Essentials figures that have been zombified. And I really like that line. In fact, it's currently my favorite DC line out right now. Sorry, McFarlane. I love your stuff. You do great work. I've got a ton of McFarlane figures, both Spawn related and movie related and all kinds of other stuff, including a ton of DC Multiverse figures. But pound for pound, the DC Collectibles Essentials line, to me, they're just nicer figures. I mean, they really are. They're simpler, not as much sculpt work going on, nowhere near as much sculpt work going on, but I really love the makeup of the figures and the articulation and everything. I personally think it's better than McFarlane's. Don't hate me if you're a McFarlane fan. I'm a McFarlane fan too, but I think that it is. And these basically being the same figures, big selling point for me. So let's take a look at them one by one. We'll start with Supergirl here. And she looks great. And again, simple sculpt, not a lot going on here. I mean, there's nothing really differentiating her as far as sculpt goes from any other figures in this DC Direct line / DC Collectibles Essentials line. Other than, you know, she's got the skirt and the cape and the different head sculpt. But obviously the difference between this and the Supergirl that you would get with that DC Essentials, Collectibles Essentials, whatever it is the head sculpt and the kind of clawed hands. And then, of course, you've got all the bloody paint apps on there. Head sculpt looks great. Love it. I think it looks fantastic. You know, we got the kind of dinginess. We've got some scratches here. She's got the duller skin tone. The blues and the reds are duller on this version as opposed to the clean version of Supergirl. We got some dirt there on the cape, but all in all, it looks really, really good. Then, of course, we've got Superman here, and again, basically the same thing, right? Like, this is just the Superman figure with different hands and a different head, and we've got a little bit of blood splatter here and there, not much, a little across the chest, and really nothing anywhere else, not even anything on the cape, just kind of some duller blues and reds here. And then, of course, you get that head sculpt, which I think looks amazing, looks really, really good. But for all intents and purposes, this is basically the same as the standard Superman figure. Flash here, again, looks really good, same figure. These are all the same buck, by the way. All these male figures here, all the same buck. No sculpt or anything like that on it, just different paint apps. I think they did a good job. We've got more blood splatter there on the logo on the chest. We got the hair sticking out. We got some darker blood spots there under the neck. I think he looks really good. I like it. It's just a good Flash figure. Of course, we got the dingier, dirtier yellows on there, and it looks good. It's just a good zombie Flash. Then, of course, we get Nightwing, another great figure. He's got a little more blood on him than the rest of them. Spots there on the leg, on the hands, across the chest. The face looks great. He's got the big gash in his head right across the top. I mean, just really, really cool figure. I like it a lot. I mean, if zombies aren't your thing, I can understand why these might not be something you want to get into. But I love zombies and I love DC, and this is just kind of a natural evolution of that. But you can see here again with Deathstroke. Look at that. That looks great there on the side. That face sculpt there, the zombified face on the side. You can see what I guess is supposed to be some ribs there, but it's just painted on. Blood there. Got blood there on the leg. He didn't come with his gun, but as we'll see here in just a minute, Red Hood actually does come with guns, so I'm not sure why Deathstroke didn't come with any guns, but great figure there. Love what they did. Then, of course, Red Hood, again, we have the guns there in the holsters, but they do come out. Not that he can really hold them with his hands being the way they are. He can kind of hold them. So we'll just leave them in the holsters like that. Now, he actually does have a little extra sculpt that the others don't have, in that he's got the shin guards there and the guards there on the feet. Other than that, same buck. Different arms because of his jacket, and they've got this jacket overlay over that same body that they use for all the rest of them. Face looks great. Love the shine on the helmet. We've got the blood splatter across the chest. Just a really, really cool figure. As far as articulation, I'm not really going to go into it too much because I just don't think there's a reason to. Essentially, these things have Marvel Legends articulation. You know, you've got double jointed knees and elbows. A little bit different on the ankles. Ankles kind of the weak point. They're ball joint ankles. Not a big fan of those. Don't like it when McFarlane does it. Don't like it when other companies do it. That's kind of the weak articulation point on these, but standard shoulders, bicep cuts, thigh cuts, hips, head, all that kind of stuff. Pretty standard stuff, you know, when it comes to action figures and what you would expect. So really good stuff there. Love these paint jobs on these guys. Love the line already. Love zombies. So far, I'm pretty happy. Let's go ahead and throw up some other figures to compare these guys to and see how they stack up. Alright, so first I want to show you guys a comparison here with some other figures that I've got from that DC Collectibles Essentials line. So we've got Batman, we've got Nightwing, we've got Superman in his black costume, and then of course we've got Harley Quinn. Of course, Harley Quinn and Supergirl share the same buck, and all the rest of these figures all share the same buck. And these are great figures. As I said, they work well in with a McFarlane collection because these are 7-inch scale figures, so they look really good, and I like them. I like them a lot just to kind of show off, you know, the overall look of the collection and why I picked these up when comparing them to other figures that, I know it says DC Direct, but basically these are all in the same line. So to compare them to a couple of DC Multiverse from McFarlane figures, of course we got Batman and Superman. It's Batman 1000, and this Superman, I'm blanking. Is it the Greg Capullo version? I can't remember which version it is. I can't remember. But anyway, it gives you a good sense of scale with these figures and how they're all basically the same height, same build, that kind of stuff. I think they work well together on a display. This is how I display all my DC Collectibles Essentials. I display them with my McFarlane stuff, and they work really, really well. And if you want to get some Justice League versus zombies, this is a great way to do it. Alright, because I don't have any 6-inch scale DC figures, it's just not something that I collect. We'll throw up a couple of Marvel Legends for some 6-inch scale comparisons here. Of course, we've got Iron Man and Captain America, and even Captain America, who is on the tall side for a Marvel Legend. You can see he's a decent amount shorter than the rest of these figures. So if you're looking to put together a display with some DC zombies and the rest of your display is 6-inch scale, might not quite look right, in my opinion. You'll probably want to stick to displaying these with other 7-inch scale figures like the McFarlane DC Multiverse stuff or other DC Collectibles Essentials. Alright, let's talk about price here real quick. And these guys average about 30 bucks a piece. They're usually somewhere around $29.99. You can find them a little bit cheaper if you want, but we'll just say the average is 30 bucks a piece. Is it worth it at full retail price? Now, I would tend to say yes. I think it is worth it, but obviously I'm biased. I like this line anyway, and I love zombie stuff, so this was kind of a no-brainer for me. If, however, you don't care about zombies, yeah, this probably isn't worth it for you, or if you don't already like the whole DC Collectibles Essentials line, this is an easy pass. Honestly, these are kind of gimmick characters. They're not for a standard display, so if it doesn't interest you, yeah, just go ahead and move on to something else, because at 30 bucks a piece, they aren't cheap. Now, that being said, as I said at the beginning of the video, I got these things on sale at GameStop before Christmas. They were over 50% off. I paid between 11 and 13 bucks a piece for these guys on GameStop's website, and that's a pretty good deal. Now, at that price, obviously, this is a no-brainer. Yes, you should buy them. But I understand that if you didn't hop on that deal before Christmas, chances of finding these figures for that price again, probably not very good. So, you know, take it for what you will. Look, I like these things. As I said, I love zombies. I love DC. I love the DC Collectibles Essentials line, which is what these are. I'm very happy with these 6 figures to the point that, you know, I kind of want to get the rest of them. I think there was 12 total. I've got half of them. I kind of want to get the other half. Don't know if I want to pay full retail for them, but I'm definitely going to be shopping around for some deals online to see if I can pick them up a little bit cheaper because I do really like this line. But I would love to hear what you guys think about this. First off, do you collect DC figures? And if you do you like these? Also, do you love zombie figures like I do? Because, damn it, I just love these things. Whether it's Marvel zombies, DC zombies, whatever it is, I love these things. And then I'd also love to hear you guys' opinions on the DC Collectibles Essentials line and whether or not you think it's as good as, or maybe like me, better than McFarlane's DC Multiverse. Would love to hear what you guys think down below. Either way, guys, thank you for watching. And as always, remember to enjoy your collection.